Yo, and hello, and welcome to the 88th episode of GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go up for free every Wednesday in audio format on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast directories, and in video format on YouTube, so you can see us in stunning HD. Actually, a lot better quality now, so check that out. This show is two childhood BFFs bringing you all things video games. You can find us online at createforsanity.com, where you can listen to episodes, subscribe for behind-the-scenes news, read radical articles, and buy sick t-shirts from our shop. Also, be sure to join the community in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. I'm one of your hosts, Jamal Aljaafreh, alongside Brent. He does not mind Bass.
I do not mind.
He does not mind.
What's going on, man? How's the world treating you this week? How's life treating you? Didn't you go on a vacay?
I did. I went to a vacation far away, not too far away. I went to Colorado.
Did you have a good time?
Dude, it was nice. It was a nice little getaway. Let's just say, I was a lot more in tune with nature, like
Was it snowy? Was it like was there flurries going on?
So there were flurries at one point. And if you follow the GameSpeak Instagram, which I take it you don't, Brent. No, just kidding. No, basically, I'm
just trying to get some banter for the listeners, Jamal.
I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, but I'm serious. No, I'm just kidding. Why don't you follow GameSpeak? No, so yeah, I posted a lot on there, a lot of stories. I know you saw the picture of me at the dope, game arcade.
And where was
bar.
that? What was going on there?
So that was on Pearl Street in Boulder, Colorado. It's called Press Play. And
I like that.
Every game is 25 cents.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Drinks are like, I think Kenny got like 4 rum and cokes for like $9.95 or something.
What?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Oh, that sounds like a fun time right there.
It was a very fun time, dude. And but I'm trying to think. Yeah, it did snow. One terrible thing, went into like basically hard mode for driving. I had this like Nissan Versa, which is like this tiny little car, and we drove it through the mountains like 3 hours.
Did you get chains on your tires?
No, we were dumb.
Damn, bro.
So yeah, so we
gotta put the chains on, or else.
How do you put chains on?
I don't know. Shit, I just know you're supposed to have them on when you're driving up icy mountains, right?
Well, see, that's what we found out soon, because we drove for 3 hours to this place called Glenwood. There's like hot springs, and we hopped up in the springs of hot, and then.
How was that?
Oh, dude, it was hot.
That sounds hot.
It was like, no, it was great. And then, so we're driving back, and it's nighttime, and like we're 30 minutes back into this 3-hour drive, and suddenly it just starts snowing, dude. I'm talking like it's like pitch black outside. You got the snow. We're driving through the mountains, like 7% grade. Like for like miles on end,
shit.
Dude, it just starts. You can't see it. It's like, or you can't see the road. It's
covering up
like,
the road.
Yeah, and the lines. So
that's scary, man.
Oh, it was terrifying. So for 3 hours, like at first I pulled off to the side. I'm like, I don't know if we can do this. So we're gonna slide down the mountain, and then we had to check out by 11 the next morning, and be on the plane. And we were 3 hours away. I was like, no, we got to do this. We're gonna fucking do it. So we just fucking started doing it, pulled over to the side again because we started like swerving, and like a cop came up to us and was like,
"Did he help?"
Well, kind of. He was like, "Well, if you can't drive it," he's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, we're in this car and we're from Texas." He was like, "Oh," he's like, "You ain't got chains?" I was like, "We're from Texas."
You ain't got chains.
And so he basically was like, "Well, if you think you're gonna slip and slide, then you can just wait on the side of the road, and maybe we can get some tow trucks up here for you and the other cars that are stuck off over here." And he's like, or you can try and make it and just pull off to the right if it happens. And so, like,
or you can grow some fucking nuts.
Yeah, basically, that's what it was. And so we went, man, and it took us like 4 hours instead of 3 hours.
At least you lived,
to tell the tale.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys just heard the tale.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dope
Wow.
though. Yeah, I played quite a bit of the Simpsons arcade game.
Oh, at the arcade?
Yeah, dude, so
Oh,
fun.
cool. Is it you mean like the beat 'em up one where you're
Yeah,
like
it's like almost like Turtles in Time.
Yeah, that one's really fun.
It's really fun. Anyways, so what about you? Well, I know you went and did some family.
Right. We went to Llano. My family had some property they got up there, and so we went and stayed with my mom and dad. And we hung out. We went and did some wine sampling. We went to this like vineyard where they like, let you sample all the wines they make, which was interesting.
Let you just swish wine around.
Yeah, we were swishing hella wine. It was pretty fun. They let us keep the wine glass that we were sampling out of.
But no wine?
Cool. No, I mean, we drank the wine.
Oh, you drank it all. Okay.
Yeah, I bought a bottle too.
Ooh.
But we had a good time. And like my parents have this hot tub. We were all up in that hot tub.
Dude, the hot tubs are legit, man.
Yeah, it's a good time. And then this week we're going to Dallas for Thanksgiving. We're going to Dallas after Thanksgiving, like the day after Thanksgiving, to stay with some of Audra's family. So.
Oh, okay.
So that should be fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Just having a good old Thanksgiving this year.
I know. I'm excited. I just want to eat some turkey. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't eat turkey
when you went
to Land?
Well, no. We were. I thought it was gonna. We ended up just like going out to eat.
Really?
Yeah, but we had a good time.
Okay, well that's good.
So it's the thought that counts. The people you're with.
I guess you could say that. No, I'm just kidding.
No turkey.
Yeah, more like fucking traitor giving. I don't know what to call that. It's un-American, dude.
Yeah.
It's un-American. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, let's jump into the news though. I'm glad you had a good Thanksgiving and future Thanksgiving.
Future Thanksgivings.
Yeah, so just so you guys know, all the articles we're using are from gaming sites from all over the web, and we don't claim any of the material as our own except for the commentary on these articles. So yeah, there you go. And we're gonna start this out with a little bit of Rockstar. So it has been announced that Rockstar is working on an issue that is affecting Red Dead Redemption 2. Currently, a bug in the game can cause Sadie, Jack, John, and Abigail, 4 of Arthur Morgan's camp
companions. We talked
about
this already.
Did we?
Yeah, like 4 episodes ago.
Maybe they
like
updated
the day it came out. Like,
was it this exact?
They probably
thing?
did update it. Yeah, I think that's
verbatim.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad, guys.
No, it's okay. I mean, what's the update? I mean, they probably implemented the patch or something.
Yeah, I'm just going to assume that they fixed it because like it's a long paragraph.
If they didn't fix it, they're going to fix it soon. But
yeah, they're just updating. They're like, hey, guys, we're doing it.
In case you guys missed the episode the other day, there's like a glitch, and it keeps some of the people from showing up in your camp.
Yes.
Cool.
What you got, Brent?
Let's see. Fallout 76 has gotten a patch, its first patch, and it's like 50 gigabytes. So you basically have to re-download the whole game, which you've probably already done if you play the game. But if you haven't, you're probably going to have to do it. So be ready for hella downloads forever.
Yeah. It's like 46.8 or something.
46 hours of downloads.
God.
Like, I started downloading it before I went to work the other day. So sorry, spoiler alert. But I started downloading it before I went to work the other day, and I came back, and it was only like halfway done with the update. I was like, oh my god, dude.
Damn.
Fucking
all day, dude.
Like 6 hours. Just granted, I have a terribly slow internet speed. Like, it's horrible.
Which is surprising because you're in Huntsville, and they have great internet. Who do you have internet through?
My apartment. They just give me internet.
Oh, that's
part of my like apartment deal. I mean, who am I to argue with free internet?
That's what I'm saying. I thought you meant like you were like paying for internet.
Oh, no,
I'm like, if you're paying for internet in Huntsville, you should be fucking just living it up, dude.
Yeah,
I miss Huntsville internet.
Is it bad out here? It's worse than Huntsville out here?
Worse. Huntsville's amazing, dude. We were getting like 100.
It depends where you are. Because in my last apartment, I was paying for like 100 megabytes a second, but the connection cables we had built into our apartment were so ancient that they could only handle like 30 megabytes a second. So it would just like max out, and I wouldn't get the value for what I was paying for. And I ended up having to downgrade my plan to like accommodate my shitty apartment. You know what I mean?
That sucks. See, yeah, I didn't have that problem.
My new apartment, I'm sure I could upgrade, but you know. why? Again, you
You
can't argue with the
internet,
free.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so.
As long as it's working.
Yeah.
Anyways, when transferring your Pokemon from Pokemon Go to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee, make sure you don't do anything to interrupt the process, says Nintendo.
Uh-oh.
Interrupting the transfer could result in you losing some of your Pokemon from Pokemon Go. To make sure the process isn't interrupted, Nintendo highlighted some of the best practices on its support site. When you decide to start moving your Pokemon from Go over into Let's Go, make sure to avoid clicking the home or power button on your Switch. You also don't want to press the home button, turn off Bluetooth, or suspend the Pokemon Go app on your mobile device, which that could probably happen. Nintendo also advises keeping your mobile device and Switch console close together during the process to ensure a smooth transition. Well, yeah, so there's some info on that. Sucks to suck if you already lost some of your Pokemon, but
that does suck. Man, I've seen some reviews, though, for Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. They look pretty fun.
Yeah,
I want to get up in there. You know what I mean?
It seems like it's everything. Everybody's giving it like an 8 or a 9, like in that little area.
Yeah, definitely. Like worth playing.
A great game.
You know, I'm determined that if I don't have a Switch by the time tax return season rolls around, I'm gonna get one.
Do it, dude.
You should. Do you think that's too late in the Switch's life cycle for me to do it, or do you think it's a good idea to get it now?
No, dude.
Because
this is just
got
the
all
beginning.
these games I can play that are out already.
What do you mean the late in the cycle?
Is it late? Is it?
This is early, dude.
This is early. So how many years do you think Switch has on it? Because you already know that next shit is coming soon from fucking.
Not from Nintendo. Nintendo's doing
from
its own
Sony
thing.
and them though. You know what I mean? And like. It's going to make Switch look a little less... Because right now, Switch is impressive because it keeps up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's going to look bad. It's going to look bad real soon.
Yeah.
but my thing is like...
It's still handheld, though. That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the battery life like? I know I've probably asked you that.
Oh, it lasts for a long time.
A long time? Pretty decent? Like, I could play a Super Mario Odyssey on the go and like...
Oh, yeah, dude. You'd be fine.
Okay, cool.
You'd be good. Like... I'm trying to think though. It's not late in the cycle. It's late if you want to take that money that you're gonna spend on the Switch and put it towards Xbox 2 or PlayStation 5.
Sure.
But
I mean, I'm gonna get one of those regardless.
Exactly.
It's just like.
Then if that's the case, go Switch because it's not late in the cycle. I mean, they still have Metroid on the horizon, the new Animal Crossing. That hasn't come out. They got
You know what I'm worried about? I'm gonna have to get a 4K TV pretty soon. I feel like at some point soon, in order to like fully enjoy the potential of future games, I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Like,
to enjoy the full potential, but I mean like to play the games, it'll be all right.
I want the full experience though. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm already like a step behind by not having a 1X or a Pro. But I feel like. I might as well just wait until the next one comes out.
Yeah.
It's so close. It's got to be.
I honestly never felt that with Xbox One and PS4 Pro. Like, I never thought they were a full step up. It feels like they took a half step up. They're like...
Maybe not the Xbox One X, just because there's not enough sweet-ass games that would look really dope for me to justify it. Like, there are a few that would be awesome to play in upgraded graphic.
Yeah.
But with PS4, on the other hand... There's like hundreds of VR games that would be
I guess you're
positively
playing VR.
influenced by the Pro. You know what I mean? So that's a big factor for me. I feel like
VR makes sense. I thought you just meant in general for playing games.
Well, also in general. I mean, it would be nice to play God of War in its full potential and Red Dead and Far Cry and stuff like that. But
true, but definitely not worth buying a whole new console.
Yeah, I was about to
for.
Say. Maybe if I didn't have a console at all and I was just going to get a whole, it was like my first time stepping into it, I might consider it. But I'm not going to go sell my shit and
good call.
Rebuy. I'm sorry, I got off topic there.
No, you didn't. I don't remember what we were talking about.
I don't either. I don't even remember whose turn it was on that list.
It was mine.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. We got the final 2 episodes of Telltale's The Walking Dead, the final season, are on the way. But you're going to have to wait a little longer to play them. Skybound, which is finishing... We talked about this last week a little bit. Skybound, which is finishing the episodes after Telltale collapsed, confirmed that episodes 3 and 4 have been delayed. This is due in part to the fact that fucking the Telltale studio closed. Like, sorry, that's not what it says, but no work can be done, blah, blah, blah. Basically it says that they're going to, they began work today on November 19th, for episodes 3 and 4, and we should have a release date very soon. So
yeah, and I think they brought back some of the people that were working on it.
Yes, they sure did. There's a couple of people that were working on it in the Telltale Studios that are, involved in the project, which makes sense. I mean, it'd be kind of can't just not have at least one of the people.
No, definitely. I wonder if they're going to make any money off of this one.
I doubt it, but something leads me to believe that they are, they made a deal with Telltale where they're getting their intellectual properties, because it said that if you buy any of the other Telltale games, or if you own any of the other Telltale games, they may disappear from the store for a little bit because they're changing the rights of them over to Skybound. So this leads me to believe that maybe something in the deal that was made gives Skybound the rights to some of the Telltale games, and they're going to start collecting royalties from them or something like that.
Okay, that makes sense.
I don't know. But if that's the case, then Skybound could make a lot of money just getting fucking money off of the, other Telltale games that are still getting sold out there. You know what I mean?
For sure. That's pretty cool. So one of the dance emotes in Fortnite is modeled after actor Donald Faison's smooth moves from the TV show Scrubs, where he dances to the song Poison. During an event this weekend, Scrubs creator Bill Lawrence said someone, presumably from Epic, reached out to him to ask if they could use Faison's choreography in the video game, according to Vulture. Apparently, Lawrence gave them the green light. Faison revealed during the panel that he created the Poison dance very quickly after showing up late to set the day they filmed the scene for the episode My Half Acre. The audience and some of Faison's castmates called on Faison to do the dance on stage, but Faison said, if you want to see it, you can play Fortnite, because they jacked that shit. Whether or not Faison takes any action against Epic for Fortnite's use of
he probably just can't remember how to do it.
I don't know. He said GameSpot contacted Epic to see if they had any comment. Rapper 2 Milli recently accused Epic of stealing his dance for a Fortnite emote. He told GameSpot sister site CBS News that Epic crossed the line when it decided to sell the dance emote for real money. Quote, they actually sell that particular move. It's for purchase, 2 Milli said. That's when I really was like, oh, no, this can't go on too long. Chance the Rapper also said he takes issue with Fortnite's use of the dances in the Battle Royale game. Quote, black creatives created and popularized these dances but never monetized them. Imagine the money people are spending on these emotes being shared with the artists that made them. Or imagine the money people are spending on these being shared with the artists that made them, he said back in July. So apparently people aren't liking the fact that their dances are getting taken for Fortnite.
I mean, I see that, but how do you trademark a dance? I mean,
you could lean with it, rock with it, but see, my thing is you should have monetized it. I mean, why are you getting mad about something that's you didn't copyright it? That's the point. If you would have, then this wouldn't be an issue.
I mean, can you do that though? Could Michael Jackson say, I copyright the moonwalk, nobody else can fucking moonwalk? You know what I mean? Is that okay? You can't do
I think
that.
So.
You can't restrict the movement of people's bodies. You know what I mean? I can't trademark the fucking me flipping you off or something. You know what I mean? And say, oh, nobody else can use the finger now. You know what I mean?
That's true, now that I think about it.
It doesn't work that way, I feel like. I don't know. There's got to be some kind of higher up,
yeah, because I guess if you trademarked movement, then, nobody could do anything.
Exactly. Everybody would trademark. Every time you, blew your nose, somebody would be like, oh, that's $50. Come here, fucking asshole.
Yeah, this is a dumb complaint. It's you should be happy that your shit's everywhere.
Yeah, if anything, I'd be flattered. I'd be like, oh, But I guess, I at the same time, I do understand why some of these people would be mad, particularly rappers who make up a dance for a rap song, and I get that. That'd be a little frustrating, but it's what can you do, really? I don't know.
I agree.
It'd be different if they used the music from the song unlicensed, and you know what I mean.
Well, in that case, they could sue them. I think that's exactly. The problem here is that they can't sue them, so they're just mad. It's I'm sure they
That's like
tried
the story
to
of Fortnite's whole existence is like making people mad because they can't sue them.
and they just take shit. They just constantly
they do,
take
blatantly.
shit. It's like, yeah, I'll take that. But anyways, what you got?
Okay, this one's kind of a long one, so bear with me. But it might be the last we ever hear from Cliffy B. So,
oh yeah, I saw this.
So I gotta talk about this. It's a little bit sad, you know. Cliff Blezinski, who co-created the Gears of War franchise at Epic Games before splitting off to create the ill-fated Lawbreakers studio Boss Key,
wah, wah.
says he'll probably never make another video game. In a statement, in a statement posted to his Facebook page, Blezinski says, quote, "I really, honestly feel over it. Making games," in parentheses. Blezinski said he's bowing out due to a number of reasons, including because the world has become so polarized as it relates to how people converse. Quote, "We're in a polarized world in which we yell at each other through the gaze of glowing rectangles when we could be kind to one another in person," he explained. "We're in a world where it's cooler to watch other people play 1 to 3 games than actually play one yourself. We're in a world where you're measured by your number of likes, subscribes, and impressions you get. We're in a world where expectations..."
Just fucking admit it. You couldn't evolve. You couldn't make games for this modern day and age. That's why you fucking failed.
He's such a bitter old man,
blaming
dude.
everyone else.
He really is.
We're in a world where I can't walk outside my door without stubbing my toe. Okay? Dude. Every morning. Every goddamn morning.
He goes on, and then it talks about how somebody criticized him for not paying his employees when Boss Key closed, and he's like, "This kind of shit is the reason I am never making another game."
I thought it was the other 10 reasons.
And then he said, oh man, what did he say? He said something about how he paid his people for months and whatnot, and then one of the people that he allegedly paid for months came out.
No, you didn't, bro.
And he was like, "You paid me for 3 weeks severance, and then let me go." He's like, "Okay, maybe I over embellished with the months thing." It's like, bitch, please.
Cliff Blezinski is like, I don't even know what he is. He's
like the frat bro of
he's like
video
a stereotype, like a literal like walking stereotype.
Oh,
he's just like the dude in like California who, you know, like he's got his like awesome startup, like rides around on a Segway. He's just like,
he reminds me of like I don't know, Elon Musk's like failed younger brother.
I think of that too.
You know what I mean? Like
he's like, no, he's like if Elon Musk sucked, like, like if Elon Musk said shit but never did it. You know what I'm saying? That's what he is,
geez.
But on such a far smaller scale.
Yeah, I was going to say way smaller.
He's like,
scale.
"Dude, I'm gonna make a game that changes the whole fucking world," and then he like never puts it out. He's like, "It's everyone else's fault." Okay.
Geez.
But yeah, he walked away with a shit ton of money though. Did you get that part?
Well, I mean, he's always had money since the Oculus deal. He bought a share of Oculus, and then when it sold to Facebook, he got a huge chunk of that. And he's always been rich from the sharing his sales of Epic to Tencent.
Yeah, to the Chinese. So
I mean, he's not broke.
No, he's retired. He actually talks about it. He's like, "I'm just taking an early retirement." He's like, "I have enough money to do it." He's like, "You don't know what it's like getting stares from my fellow."
Oh yeah, the 1,000-yard stairs.
It's because he has money.
So dramatic, dude.
And
you guys got to go read the rest of the article. It's a long article, so I won't go into the whole thing, but it's basically he's bowing out. He's giving
maybe.
up.
He'll be back in a year and be
I
like,
was about to say, we'll see.
He's like, "I'm back, you know. I know you guys missed me. Who wants to hire me?" You know, like he's going to be that guy. Or he's like the guy who gets like a Udemy certification and then like in like something ridiculous. Like, I feel like that's what he would be today if he would have never made it with like Gears of War. Or, like he had just graduated today, you know, or like was trying to get into the business. He'd like show up and he'd be like, "I took like a Udemy class on like animation." He's like, "I'm a master." But Not that Udemy's bad. I just mean like people who take it like way over the top. They're like, oh yeah, this 2-hour class is like the equivalent of becoming a master. Like, I see that, dude.
At the risk of looking and sounding like a dumbass, what is Udemy?
Udemy is like
Udemy.
Like taking the, it's like, okay, it's the equivalent of like ITT Tech on your phone. But like, it's like.
On your phone?
Yes, on your phone. Like,
That's
so
convenient.
you can take these Udemy courses, but you pay. It's like every course is like $11.99, but they have them in like,
$11.99.
Yeah, and it's like these people make these courses for $11.99.
That sounds like some bullshit.
It's just to learn. It's not to actually walk around with the certification and
but
be
you
like,
can actually learn some shit, I guess.
You
so
could.
This is just like absorbing practical knowledge. This isn't
correct.
Like for.
It's not like going to school. Like it takes like, think of a topic. Think of anything that you want to learn.
Okay.
Even
like World War II or something like that. History, I guess.
I wouldn't. Yeah, it'd be more like history. I guess you would do like
American history.
There's even a thing for like CIA, like. What? Learning like you can take like
cool.
a CIA class, and then at the end though it'll be like, here's a certification, but it's like you're not in the CIA.
Yeah.
You can't just walk up to the CIA. But some people boast it like that. It's like you just walk up, hey, I'd like to turn in my certification.
I mean, I bet it wouldn't look bad on your resume.
No,
you know what I mean?
But it would look great next to an actual degree.
Fair enough.
Not that I don't have a degree. I'm not boasting like I have one. I'm just saying, like,
this would probably be a good way to get into like coding or something, though.
Exactly.
If you wanted to learn like C++ or something like that.
Yeah, like if you want to make your own game or something, like, and you don't have the means to go to school for it, it's definitely a good jump in point and stuff like that. They have marketing and all that stuff on there. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
I like it. I like Udemy. So I'm not hating.
I learned something new today. There you go.
Maybe we should get on Udemy, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Then we should go and apply for Cliff Blezinski's old job.
We're here to become the bosses of Bosky.
Take a Cliff Blezinski class. Yeah. Anyways.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Fortnite. They got. Oh wait, is it my turn? Oh well, I'll go ahead and tell you because it doesn't even matter. Fortnite has a food fight mode active. From what I understand, there's like two big, like one of you has a big hamburger and one of you has like a big hot dog or some shit, and you're both protecting the food by building like forts around it, and like it's like a team-based game. I don't know. It looks pretty interesting. And in case you're wondering why you're not able to redeploy your glider, they turned that shit off. It was like a beta thing. And so, don't go jumping off any high buildings or anything, because you will splatter on the ground. And also dynamite's coming in Fortnite, so get ready to blow up stuff.
Nice. I like blowing up stuff.
It's always good.
I guess I shouldn't say things like that. Anyways, BioWare's next big release, the online multiplayer game Anthem, is still on track to launch on schedule on February 22nd, 2019.
Why is that new?
Well, executive producer Mark Dara wrote on Twitter that the PS4, Xbox One, PC title is still locked in for that date. Quote, same as always, he wrote.
Nothing has changed.
Basically, because some dude said something. He was like, this new confirmation comes after Dara responded to someone on Twitter who said they thought the game was launching in March, not February. Nope, February is what it's always been, he said. And so that's it for that. Just so you guys know.
So one guy doesn't know when the game's coming out, and it's news. That's how you know this is a slow week for news, guys. It's
true. That's true.
There wasn't much going on in the news. I really had to scrape the bottom of the barrel, pull out the Cliff Blezinski news on you guys.
Same.
You know what I mean?
It's sad.
It is.
When Cliff is the highlight of the news.
I don't know. I'm kind of starting to get hyped about Anthem. I don't know why. Like I
think you just want the game.
I think I do too. I'm gonna try. I'll probably try most of the new games just to see how it all is. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's my duty to bring you guys my feelings on these new games as they come out. You know what I mean?
I agree. It is your duty. You do that.
I will. So check this out, guys. Austrian game publisher THQ Nordic is staying busy.
Good.
The company announced as part of its latest earnings report that it had 55 games in development at the end of last quarter.
What is that? How?
35 of which have not yet been announced.
What the fuck? Like,
yeah. That's a lot of games.
That's quite a bit of games.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
There's a lot more to this article. I mean, not really a lot more to this article.
Just talking more
It just
about
goes
that.
on to talk about how they bought the Time Splitter studio and all that good stuff.
Which that means one of those games is Time Splitters. And I'm just
they got
stoked.
55 games. There's no way one of them's not Time Splitters.
If it's not, like, why?
That would be stupid as hell.
Yeah, why?
Why would they? Yeah. But that's exciting. And, Darksiders 3 and Metro Exodus are coming out pretty soon, too. And those are both THQ Nordic games. So
cool.
THQ Nordic doing it big. I like THQ Nordic. I feel like they're constantly, like, pumping out cool shit. And, like, nobody really ever gives a shit. Like, they're not, like, hated like EA or revered like fucking, Rockstar. They're just kind of there. And they're constantly putting out good games. Yeah, I mean, not great games, but, like, good games. You know what I mean?
And that's what I think. I think that's wise, because they're just medium. They're just there, I'm
okay with that. Just keep them coming, as long as, like, they keep the library fat,
That's what it is. It's like back on the Super Nintendo, whenever you'd have like Super Mario World and Metroid or Super Metroid and all this stuff, but then you also have like fucking the Lion King game.
Yeah, I was about to say you got to think of like a really mediocre game, like from Super
it's like,
Nintendo.
oh, this is pretty fun, but it's not as good as Super Mario World.
Yeah,
but it's not as bad.
Like E.T.
Yeah. Or whatever the fuck, But anyway, so Jeremy Soule, who composed the very excellent music for Bethesda's 2011 RPG The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, has raised his hand to express interest in composing the music for Amazon's new, very expensive Lord of the Rings TV show. He posted an informal Twitter poll asking his fans if they want to see him do the music for the Lord of the Rings show. An overwhelming 95% of respondents said they want him to do it. The other 5% were assholes. No, but Soule went on to say, they didn't say that. No, Soule went on to say that he was, quote, blown away by the response to his poll. Now he's going to do a little networking to see if it might be possible for him to work on the Lord of the Rings show.
I think he'd do a great job.
Yeah, I mean, he also worked on...
he did Oblivion and Skyrim?
In Knights of the Old Republic, the composing.
Knights of the Old Republic
Guild Wars.
Great music, man. Like the scenes where the Ebon Hawks like landing and stuff. And so beautiful.
Yeah, dude.
I love that.
I think he should get it. He deserves it.
He does,
He's not a Cliffy B. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But I think we should start using Cliffy B as a person that you don't want to be.
Yeah, it could just be like a verb, right?
Yeah.
Don't pull a Cliffy B.
Yeah.
Don't Cliffy B this up.
Definitely. Okay. What do you got?
The upcoming Five Nights at Freddy's movie from game creator Scott Cawthon, that's being directed by Harry Potter director Chris Columbus, has been delayed.
Chris Columbus?
The Chris Columbus. Cawthon said in a Steam post that he vetoed the script, so the writers are working on a new one instead. Columbus liked the script, as did Jason Blumhouse, who is head of the production company Blumhouse, of course. Cawthon said in his post, however... Cawthon said in his post, however, Cawthon had a better idea, so they scrapped the earlier draft in favor of something new. He said, I take full responsibility for this delay. It's my fault, Cawthon said. Writing a good Five Nights at Freddy's movie script has been a real challenge for everyone, Cawthon said. While it's been difficult, oh my god, they say his name so much, Cawthon said he won't compromise on the story. Quote, I'm determined to find the right story, he said. I'm sticking to what I've always said. Either the right movie gets made or no movie gets made.
Damn.
I hate delaying a project that's already seen so many delays, but I have to go with my instincts on what I think will be exciting and interesting, and what I think the fan base will really want to see. If that means I have to start over 10 more times, then that's what I'm going to do.
That means the movie would never come out.
Right.
So.
The good thing is that each attempt gets better and better, in my opinion. So despite the delays, I'm going in the right direction. The upcoming Five Nights at Freddy's movie, and whatever sequels may come after it, exist in the universe of Five Nights at Freddy's 1 through 3 only. not Five Nights at Freddy's 4 or any of the spin-offs. The games after Five Nights at Freddy's 3 will not exist in the movie universe. Like it or hate it, I felt that this was the best portion of the storyline to really focus in on, Cawthon said. There is no word as of yet regarding a release date, cast, or plot details for the Five Nights at Freddy's film. In the game, players must survive a scary version of Chuck E. Cheese's that's full of animatronic monsters. It's quite terrifying. The Five Nights at Freddy's series debuted in August of 2014 on PC and has been ported to iOS. Sequels, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, 3, and 4 followed, along with later spin-offs Pizza Simulator and Sister Location. So, probably going to be a movie coming pretty soon. But I think Chris Columbus will do a good job. I mean, the first couple of Harry Potter movies were obviously pretty good. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm surprised he's working on a Blumhouse production. That's such a low, not low budget. I guess it's kind of low
the
budget.
Purge and Get Out and all kinds of.
Like I said, low budget. Like, have you noticed most Blumhouse movies are just horror movies that they spit out?
Sure. Yeah.
Like, they're usually like the lower end ones. I mean, not lower end. I guess. I
was gonna say they would do like them.
Happy Death Day was pretty good.
They're a lot like that. What's that production company that did the Saw movies? Lionhead. They're a lot like Lionhead. I feel like.
That's Lionsgate.
Lionsgate,
right?
yeah.
That's what it. Yeah.
Lionsgate does a lot of like normal stuff too, but mostly like weird horror shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm just surprised. Like all I'm saying is I'm surprised Harry Potter director is going to be working with Blumhouse.
Well,
That's
he only
just
directed the first two Harry Potter movies, and then they got some other guy to come take over for the third one on.
Started it all. It's true though.
It is true.
Anyways, Microsoft Executive Vice President of Gaming Phil Spencer has teased that Xbox has, quote, a lot to share at E3 2019. Spencer tweeted about the event moments after Sony announced it would not be attending E3 next year. Quote, a lot to share with fans at E3 2019. Always a high point of the year to witness the industry's creativity and the energy of the community, Spencer tweeted. An hour later, Xbox followed up by tweeting out to fans that the company, quote, can't wait to see everyone at E3 2019. Although the company has not confirmed it, one of the announcements that Xbox is looking to share could be the new console teased at E3 2018. Okay.
Frankly, the fact that PlayStation isn't going to be at E3 2019 pisses me off. It's like...
It also proves that E3 is kind of going out.
I don't like that. I don't want E3 to go out. It's like Warped Tour or something. It's like...
You can't keep taking away our events, man.
I'm serious.
What are we going to do?
What the fuck? What?
It's because places like, first off, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo all keep doing their own fucking conferences. This is what's spreading them apart. And also, it costs them a lot of money to go to E3. So I think what they're trying to do is turn that one conference into their own conferences so they can announce shit whenever they want to, which kind of fucks with the year of gaming. You know what I'm saying? Because it fucks with it in the way that now they can just be like, hey, we're going to announce the Xbox 5 in fucking February, and then
fuck that. I don't want to have to like look and see when the PSX is and when OX18 and then when the fucking next Nintendo Direct and all that bullshit. It's like, I just want to know, like, the week of E3, it's like, okay, I'm about to learn about all the cool new shit, and then I don't have to think about it again for a while, It's like...
But, I mean, that's why, look at Nintendo Direct.
But directly in front of the fucking normal E3, at least, they're still doing it
That's true. They tried to put
it
around the same time.
It's not like they're just completely, like, bowing out altogether like Sony's claiming to be. And I don't think this is, like, Sony saying, fuck E3, really. I think this is Sony saying, we don't have enough stuff to show off this year at E3 that's going to be different from last year's E3. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, but I don't think that they're saying fuck E3, but what I think they're saying is that E3 is so much of a specific event that they don't have what they need to show there, so it's a waste of money to even show up.
Absolutely.
I mean imagine the millions of dollars.
But they also don't have to do the big show like they do every year, They spend way more money than necessary, like
and PSX kind of is what ruined it, I think, this year. Apparently they're not doing PSX next year.
No, I really don't think they have enough to show. I think they've basically done all they wanted to do with the PlayStation 4, all they had planned out to do. I mean, with the exception of the handful of games that still haven't come out, like The Last of Us 2 and
that one game.
That other game.
the samurai game.
Oh, I was thinking Days Gone. There's like a few games, Ghost of Tsushima. There's a couple of games that still haven't come out that are probably be pretty good for PlayStation, but,
yeah,
I get it why they're not coming. It just bums me out. It's like,
well, it sucks. I mean, there's got to be a reason, and I think it's like the next big announcement that they have is their next console, so they can't really do anything.
I think Xbox is going to go ahead and announce their shit at E3 this year. I really do.
Do you want to take that bet? No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't think they're going to do it.
You don't think so? I definitely think they're going to announce a fuckload of new games because they've got all these studios that they've had for like at least a good year or so now. You know what I mean? That they've acquired since last E3. And I would be willing to bet that they have a few sweet ass games that are about to get popped out by a couple of the studios that they got earlier in last year. You know what I mean?
For Xbox One?
Yeah.
I think they've got them working on the next console.
Well, I think the next console is going to play Xbox One games and whatever the next one. You know what I mean? It's going to be I think it's going to be totally backwards compatible, first of all. And second of all, I think it's going to be like streaming. You know what I mean? So it's going to be like everything that comes out, will be playable on the Xbox One. This is all speculation, by the way. Don't take anything I'm saying seriously.
Yeah.
But I think that everything that comes out, everything that gets announced, or at least most of it, will be playable on Xbox One. That being said, I think it will also be playable on the next generation of consoles. And, I think that there will be like a hardware jump, But I don't know. It's going to be weird. I think it's going to be like, I don't even know how to explain it, but I think that they'll have some new stuff for the Xbox One that you can play still probably.
Well, I think my thing about it is that if Microsoft announces the next Xbox at this at E3, PlayStation or Sony will have made a huge mistake.
Why?
Because they should have done it at the same time. If not,
they never do though.
I feel like they don't, but I feel like they need to this time to kind of like block out like each other's. I
feel like that's kind of Sony's thing. Xbox always makes the first move. Like with the exception of the original Xbox.
So
obviously.
One time. That's what I'm saying.
But, Xbox 360, came out first. And then
but who was
Xbox One
first?
came out first. Xbox, I believe.
Yeah.
But
I know
wrong,
it was in the same week. That's my thing. Is like if they don't show up to a conference to announce their new console, then.
But it wasn't though. Xbox One came out like a whole year before PlayStation even came out.
Yeah, but it was announced. I'm talking about the announcement.
I mean, we know PlayStation 5's coming out. That's been announced.
Not the official thing though. We don't know what the official Xbox or the official PlayStation is. We don't know what it's going to be called, what it's going to look like, what the controllers are like. That's what I'm talking about. The hype game.
I'm telling you, the last Xbox was announced and stuff way earlier than the PlayStation was. I'm pretty sure, anyways.
Huh. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah, I can. I'll look into it if you want.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna name off some Black Friday deals. I think. Did you get a couple?
Yeah, I got like everything.
Oh, you got everything? Okay. Well, I just grabbed like 3. But I guess we'll just let Brent run through that because he's.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna name some.
I got a fuckload of shit.
So, first off, or my number one Black Friday deal, I think you guys should go check out is GameStop. They're going to be selling the Xbox One S 1 terabyte Minecraft Creators Bundle for $200, or you can get $70 off any Xbox One or Xbox One S.
Damn.
Yeah, it's good deals. And then also on Sony's side, they have a bundle that includes a 1 terabyte PlayStation 4 DualShock controller and Black Ops 4 for $300. A 1 terabyte console by itself costs the same, so this essentially throws the game in for free. It will be available in retail stores on November 27th. So also a Black Friday bundle offers the same 1 terabyte system with a copy of Spider-Man for $200. Okay, so that November 27th deal is going to be happening like a week after Black Friday. But you can, during Black Friday, you can grab a Spider-Man or a 1 terabyte PS4 with Spider-Man for only $200.
Dude, I was totally wrong about this. PlayStation 4 was actually announced before Xbox. Like a month before.
That's what I was saying. Is it's the announcement. It's like it probably came out.
I think it came out fucking
before
it
Xbox.
Too.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind because for some reason I felt like Xbox had come out first. Like I really thought that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
Maybe it's just because I had an Xbox like right when it came out and I didn't. You know, like there wasn't a lot of people you saw with like PlayStation 4s. Like like. When a console first comes out, like you don't see a lot of people switches until like a year or two later.
Yeah, and I think Xbox would be smart to learn from Sony on that front, because I think they were in people's headspace a lot longer than Microsoft was due to when they announced. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
It's just like I think it's about to happen. It's about to be really soon that they're going to announce this stuff, but it might not be till next year. I don't think they're going to jump the gun this early,
Yeah.
Especially because they want you to keep buying shit this Christmas. They don't want to announce shit right now and then people be like, fuck that.
Yeah, fuck this. I might as well,
Yeah, they're not going to... Xbox won't announce a new console right before Christmas. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Unless
they might.
Unless they want to fuck over Sony, because they know that people aren't buying Xbox anyways. They're like, fuck it, let's take a loss on this cycle and let's fuck them over this Christmas.
I think that's what they're doing, really. More than anything, I think Xbox is just trying to get their shit in order for the next cycle so they don't get blown away again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely. And they're already set
up. And I think Sony is too comfortable, I think Xbox is about to mollywop the fuck out of Sony, especially if they fucking get some kind of VR asset, because VR is coming into style, and in the next like 5 or 6 years it's going to be a big thing. And I think if Xbox jumps on that train, they're going to like completely take over.
Well, it could go either way. Sony could be hiding something. They've always got secrets.
Yeah, they got something up their sleeve usually,
And the problem with Xbox is that we know their hand. We know everything that they're going to be playing. Besides VR, we already know that they're going to have 2 different consoles. One that's most likely a stream-only console, and then one that's like the normal Xbox. And then also we know Games Pass is going to be their focus, streaming and all that stuff. Who knows? Sony might be, getting ready to counterattack with something that we don't know about. So
yeah,
because they've been hush-hush on that next console,
They really have, and it seems like they're putting a lot of fucking work into it. The fact that they're not even going to E3 just kind of makes me feel like they're just like, all right, fuck it, guys. Let's just work hard,
Yeah, save money.
Let's not go flash our dick around. Let's just, like, put our fucking nose to the grindstone and get this console out,
Yeah, no, I don't know. I agree. Yeah, you got any more news over there?
No, I thought we were already into the Black Friday.
Go into the Black
deal.
Friday. You drop them.
Okay, so did you get the consoles, basically all the console deals out?
Yeah, I got the PS4s and the Xbox Ones, and then, yeah, that's it.
Okay, so I'm going to run through some game deals you guys can get if you're interested in picking up some newer games at a discounted price, or maybe some, games that aren't quite as new but still at a really, really discounted price. You know what I mean? So, first of all, eBay is going to have a lot of good deals. eBay, Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man game, you can get it for like $40. I think that's going to be like more of a Cyber Monday kind of deal. But eBay's got a thing going all the way through Black Friday to Cyber Monday where it like beats out a lot of competitors' deals. So definitely worth looking into. Let's see. The Handsome Jack collection from Borderlands is only going to be $12 at Walmart on Black Friday.
It's a good collection.
It's a good collection, good price. Black Ops 4 is going to be $40 at Walmart on Black Friday, not Good Friday.
$20 basically.
$20, but that's still a good deal on a brand new game.
Brand spanking new.
You know what I mean? Destiny 2, $30, not a very good deal. I got that shit for free the other day on PlayStation.
Oh, yeah.
It might be like the Ultimate Edition or something like that, though, so worth looking into. Diablo 3 is going to be $17, I believe, on all consoles at Walmart, so worth checking into. Doom, the 2016 Doom, is going to be $12 at Walmart. So, yeah. That's one of the... Some of these I added, like the little $12 ones, because I feel like if you were going to get a gift for somebody, you could get them a bunch of these little $12 games, and it'd be like a sweet gift. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or just get them $20 to Game Pass.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Game Pass is cheap right now. Actually, there's some Black Friday deals where you can get Game Pass for like $1, so...
Nice.
Dragon Ball FighterZ, which just came out, is $17 at Walmart on Black Friday. For Honor is going to be $30 at Best Buy. It's like, okay.
I'm so old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Forza 4, which again, you might as well just play it on Game Pass, is going to be $30 at Best Buy. Injustice 2 is going to be $20 at Best Buy. Shadow of War, $20 at Best Buy. Here's a really good one. Resident Evil 7 is going to be, and this is the gold edition with all the DLC, is going to be $17 at Walmart.
For what?
What do you mean? For all consoles, I believe.
It's only going to be $17 at Walmart on Black Friday.
Yeah.
I'm buying
the gold edition, too. And then, like, there's a lot of DLC, and there's even some good free DLC that comes with it. So, yeah, definitely worth looking into. Wolfenstein 2, going to be $15 at Target.
I got Wolfenstein 2 on Black Friday last year, or whenever it first came out.
If you have a VR headset, Astrobot, which is like $40 right now, is going to be $20 at GameStop, and you get the physical copy, which is cool. And Firewall Zero Hour, another VR game, is going to be $10 at GameStop, which is usually like $40, which is a great deal for that. Far Cry 5 is going to be $20 at Best Buy. God of War is going to be $17 at GameStop. God of War, one of the best games this year, in my opinion. Hollow Knight is going to be $7.50 on the PlayStation Network. Horizon Zero Dawn is only going to be $10 pretty much everywhere. So check that out.
Nice.
The Last of Us Remastered is going to be $6 on PlayStation Network. And Persona 5 will only be $20 on PlayStation Network. Oh, and Rainbow Six Siege will only be $15 at GameStop.
Nice.
So a lot of good deals going on there. Oh, and Red Dead Redemption 2 has some cool deals. And they're not exactly like, great deals, but they're pretty cool. If you go to Best Buy, you can get a $60 version of Red Dead. I think it's one of the better versions, like with all the DLC. And it's got a free collapsible cup with it.
Worth.
I know. And at Walmart, you can get the Walmart exclusive Steel Book Edition for $60, which is pretty cool.
And it also at Walmart comes with a $10 Xbox One card.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but only for Xbox One. They don't have a Sony version of that going on for some reason. Also,
UFC 3 is only $17 at Walmart, which is it's kind of hard to find that game on sale, or at least a sale that's under like $30. So that's a pretty good deal. And Fallout 76 is going to be, which just came out like this week, is going to be $40 for Black Friday.
$20 off.
So worth getting, definitely checking out. Yeah. So those are what I got as far as game deals and stuff like that.
Nice. I'm going to have to get RE7 and there was one other game you mentioned on there, Far Cry 5.
Oh, yeah. Both of those are worth. And you could get them both for under $40, which is pretty sweet.
That's all I'm saying. It'll be like basically almost $40 just.
And that's a whole lot of game for you to play. You're going to have a lot of fun with Far Cry, especially. I don't know why, but I feel like you're going to really like that.
Yeah, and get to catch up on some much needed to play games. I feel like Resident Evil, though, I still want to wait. I might not get that just because
you really should.
Well, then again, play it in VR. That's the thing. Is like I don't want to ruin the experience by not playing it in VR.
Yeah, I agree. You should definitely come over and play it.
I will. We got to stream that shit.
Yeah, definitely stream it.
So let's jump on over to this week's releases. This is where I tell you guys what new games are coming out in the next 7 days, starting with Darksiders 3. It's coming to Xbox One, PS4, and PC on November 27th for $59.99. Return to an apocalyptic planet, Earth, in Darksiders 3, a hack-and-slash adventure or action-adventure where players take on the role of Fury in her quest to hunt down and dispose of the 7 deadly sins. And then we got Floor Kids coming to PS4 on November 27th for $19.99.
Did you say Floor Kids?
Floor Kids.
Okay.
It's a unique breakdance game featuring dance battles, freestyle gameplay, and funky beats. Discover original hand-drawn animation by John, a fresh soundtrack by Kid Koala, and innovative controls that allow you the freedom
Am I
to
supposed
play
to
like
know who John and Kid Koala are?
I have no idea, dude. I feel bad. I'm sorry, Kid Koala.
Yeah, my bad, John.
Lead your crew of b-boys and b-girls through
shit.
the city. Unlock new characters and locations. Battle against your friends. Discover new combos as you rock to the beat and find your style. Then we got ATV Drift and Tricks coming to Switch November 22nd for $34.99. Abandoned two-wheeled dirt bikes in favor of a more intense, fun, and extreme racing experience. ATV Drift and Tricks is the essential quad game for thrill seekers looking to own the road in rugged, all-terrain vehicles. Play solo or in multiplayer with 8 wild game modes: League, Time Trial, Quick Race, Hot Lap, King of the Road, Golden Helmet, Last One Standing, and Hunter. Anyways, and then we got Spin Tires, Mud Runner, coming to Switch on November 27th for $39.99. The ultimate version of the hit driving game Spin Tires Mud Runner puts you in the driver's seat and dares you to take charge of incredible all-terrain vehicles, venturing across extreme landscapes with only a map and compass as your guides. Cool. Well, that's it for this week's releases. Dude, it's a slow week, man.
It's a slow week for news, slow week for releases.
Yeah, it really is.
What was that first one that's come out? That was...
dang it, I'm already off of it. It was something that we just...
the only one that was exciting. Darksiders. 3. Yeah, okay. Not that exciting.
Yeah, it's like, okay. But yeah, so that's it for this week's releases. We're going to talk about what we're currently playing. Brent, what have you been playing, man? It's been a busy week. It's been a busy week, but you know me, I find the time to play some games, you know. Oh.
I went ahead and snatched up Fallout 76 because, you know, I just love me some Fallout.
Okay.
And,
so before we jump into this, as far as I've seen, not too many people are happy with this game. Now, I trust
a lot of negativity going on around Fallout 76, but you know, and I saw that before I picked it up, and I was worried about it. You know, like any concerned gamer would be.
Yeah,
you know?
Of course.
I saw all the negative stuff, and I was like, you know what? I like Fallout so much, I don't care. I'm gonna pick it up anyways. You know, so I did. And
instant regret. No, I'm just kidding.
Instant regret. No, it's a lot of fun. It really is.
So you like it?
I do like it. You know, it's one of those games that I think people just aren't giving a proper chance. I really think that. You know what I mean? I'm like about 15 hours in. I'm level 17 right now. And I think the real issue, I think the people that aren't having fun with this game don't have friends.
That's what I've heard. I've heard you gotta have friends.
I think
like
that's the
game.
real issue. Is like, because you don't have to. I mean, I've done a lot of my own little exploring and questing by myself, but it's something magical when you got a buddy with you and you're like. And I'm not talking about online friends that you don't really talk to aside from playing Black Ops or whatever. I'm talking about real friends. Like it's cool because it's
Are
like.
you saying online friends aren't real friends?
Not at all. Not at all. But what I am saying is that a lot of people on my friends list are not my real friends, you know, and I've just met them casually.
I hope they're not listening.
You know, nothing personal.
They're just like, he's like, oh boy, my best friend Brent talking on the podcast. Can't wait to hear what he says today. He's like, they're not my real friends.
If you're sitting here listening to the podcast, you're not the person I'm talking about, probably.
I know.
You know what I mean? But, like... My point is, you know, when you're hanging out in the Fallout world feels really good. Okay, let me start with some pros and some cons, you know, because the game does have its faults. It's not a perfect game, you know, but it's a lot of fun. You know what I mean? I think, okay, first of all, pros, it looks really good. It looks better than Fallout 4. You know what I mean? Graphically, it's wonderful looking. The map is huge. It's like gigantic. Like they said, it's 4 times bigger than Fallout 4. And it's got tons of stuff for you to explore and do, just like any other Fallout game. You know what I mean? Like, I've heard a lot of people complain about how, I can't, there's no quests, I'm bored, you know? And it's like, dude, I have so many quests at any given time that it's like my game is constantly like rerouting me to new quests, and it's like, oh my gosh, I almost get too many quests. You know what I mean? There's too much stuff for me to do.
Maybe they mean the quests are repetitive.
I don't know. That is a little bit of an issue. I mean, definitely the questing is a little more grindy and a little less, personal and satisfying than a normal Fallout game. I will say that, you can't argue that. But at the same time, it's a lot of fun. You know what I mean? And especially if you're playing with a friend. I don't know. People...
Yeah, I also heard about the how 3 people set off a nuke at the same time and completely shut down the game.
Well, the game itself, I mean, you got to understand it's a Bethesda world. It's just like any other game where the bugs are there, you get hit, you fly the fuck off and kind of thing. The game crashes a lot. You know what I mean? And it bugs out a lot. I mean, not any more than Skyrim or Fallout 4 or anything, but yeah. You mix online components with that, and it definitely stirs up a little trouble. That being said, it doesn't stop me from having a good time, ever, really. The game's good about putting you, right back where you were if it does crash. It's not, that imposing or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really easy. The game incentivizes you to, work with friends, so it's really easy to, do the teammate thing. If you met a person and you're friends with them, they'll pop right up and you can just fast travel to them and stuff. They made it to where you have to use caps to fast travel, so you do have a reason to want caps and stuff. You know what I mean? And there's little vendors throughout the map too. So I mean, it's not but I don't know. It's really interesting. The loot is less plentiful than a normal Fallout game. Now I don't know if that's just because some asshole came there before me and stole all the shit, or if it's just because it's bigger and they want to spread everything out a little more to make it, not as just totally easy for everybody.
Yeah.
It's a little harder than a normal Fallout game too, just because you can't pause everything with VATS and think about it. You just got to jump right into the fight. A lot of people complain about the VATS, but I kind of enjoy the VATS. It's like an aimbot basically.
Yeah, you just put where you want it to hit, and you can shoot anywhere, and it still hits it.
Yeah, totally. Well, I mean, more or less, it's just like normal VATS. You get a percentage chance of whether or not you're going to hit it, so there's that off chance you're going to miss, you know what I mean?
Unless you just build up your VATS all the way, your score.
I will say this, the base building is really satisfying. You can go anywhere in the world and set up your camp, and then you can build you a little house, and other people can come fuck with your house, and you can, I don't know, it's tight.
Have you had anybody fuck your house, dude?
No, actually everybody's pretty civil. The game is pretty harsh if you go around being a dick, you know what I mean? It puts a bounty on your head, and everybody can fucking try to kill you, and you get money for it and stuff. So I mean, it's strongly discouraged to just go around being a dick. You know what I mean?
Nice.
But, you still, every now and then you meet somebody who's a dick. But it's very seldom. You know what I mean?
Cool.
It's actually kind of rare to even run into people, but when you do, it's usually a pleasant experience. You wave at them, and they wave at you, and sometimes you party up with them, or... sometimes they'll try to start some shit with you. Usually I'm playing the pacifist role, so I just kind of turn the other cheek and run off. You know what I mean? If they start trying to shoot at me or pop me in the face with a...
Yeah, because it doesn't actually harm you until you agree to fight, right?
Well, it hurts you a little bit, barely enough to even matter. Enough to where you can just kind of get out of there if you want. And if they do kill you, if they do just persistently follow you and hit you with an axe until you manage to die, they will get a bounty on them, and everybody in the game will get hyped up because there's a bounty, and you'll have 15 people fast travel to you and try to kill you. You know what I mean? So I
like that.
I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Again, I'm playing a lot with my friends, and I think that is a big factor into why I'm enjoying it so much. The leveling up system is really cool. I didn't think I was going to like the perk cards and how all that works, but it works really well.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm enjoying it a lot, but again, I probably need to finish the game and see how I feel about it, get to level 50 or whatever the cap is, and see how I feel about it. But I don't know. So far, I'm taking my time with it. I'm having fun with it, and the thing about it is okay, if you like Bethesda games, and you really enjoy that feeling of looking at your little compass and walking and you discovered this location, and then oh shit, that's exciting, and then you go through the location and try to figure out all the little mysteries of it, then you're gonna love this game. You know what I mean? if that's not one of your favorite aspects of the Bethesda games, then you probably won't love this game. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of what it leans on here.
I think people were purposely a little extra harsh on the game just because, I mean, obviously the bugs and stuff, I mean, that is something to complain about, but I think people just don't like the idea of multiplayer Bethesda games. You know, people aren't ready for change, but it's here.
It's a shame because it's a lot of fun. You know, people need to just accept it for what it is.
Yeah,
you know
just
what I mean?
play.
Like, and don't try to sit here and quantify it as like another, you know, Fallout 5 or something. You know, it's not like the next in the series. It's like a different
a
thing,
whole different
you know
thing.
what I mean? But it's still great, and it's still fun in its own right if you're into that kind of thing. I don't know. You just have to be ready to like accept different things. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Be open to change.
It's not even that much different. That's what kills me. It's like it's really faithful to like Fallout 4. It feels a lot like Fallout 4. Like the hunger and the thirst thing, I thought that was going to bother me. It's actually really fun and challenging. I mean, like just the right amount of challenging, not like, oh my god, this is annoying challenging. It's like, oh, okay, I need some food. I better go kill a fucking cow and get the meat. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Brahmin.
And it makes crafting more plausible. Like in Fallout 4, I just almost completely ignored crafting. But now you got to like repair your weapons. You gotta like cook food so you don't get too much rads. You know what I mean? You gotta boil water when it's dirty. Things like that, you know, which is, I don't know, it keeps you engaged with the crafting system, and it actually keeps you wanting to, like, have the stuff in your house, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Before that, you didn't really need a reason to, like,
build them.
make your own bullets, because you just find bullets everywhere, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's interesting, and it works well. I have a lot of fun with it anyways.
Cool. Glad you
I think
liked
I'm
it.
in the minority, but I definitely really like the game, and I hope it keeps getting support despite all the hate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, they said it'll be supported forever, so yeah, you grab that for $40 on Black Friday, guys. I was playing this week. I didn't really play much console because I went to Colorado and like was getting ready for Colorado the other days. So but I did want to play something when I was on my way and in Colorado. So I jumped on some PUBG for a little bit on my phone, played some mobile PUBG.
Oh yeah.
Still kind of whack, dude. Like I still get first every time. I'm like, okay, there's something up with this. I played that a couple times, got bored with it. I looked up some list of like the best mobile games in 2018, and I got this game called Legends. I don't know if you've played it, but it's basically Destiny on your phone.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a first-person shooter.
What?
Yeah, like you.
Is it cool?
Yeah, it's pretty great. It's more humorous than Destiny. Like you're like a hero, or no, you're a legend or whatever. Basically, you create your character. You go into like the hub world and like get missions and stuff like that, and then kind of like think of like what's the place called? Is it Watchtower or no?
I know what you're talking about. The main hub world in Destiny.
In Destiny, yeah. So you go there, you can buy shit, talk to people like online, and like team up with people to go and to do missions together and stuff like that. It's really fucking cool. Really good graphics, plays smooth. Not like a bunch of frame drops or anything. It's
I'm gonna have to check that out. What's it called?
It's called Legends.
Legends. Okay, I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, so if you ever get bored and want to play something, it's the closest you'll ever get to Destiny on your phone, or at least
don't
right
say
now.
that. I was about to say we'll probably have Destiny on our phone one day.
That's true. For the moment, that's the closest you'll get, and and it's actually fun. It's not just a shitty game. But anyways, that's kind of all I was playing this week, really. I need to get Let's Go or Pokemon Let's Go.
Oh yeah.
And I'm trying to think. Even though I thought I should bring this up, even though it's not video game related. I started reading The Shining, dude.
It's a good book.
Yeah,
it's better than the movie, if you ask me. There's a lot of little weird spots in the book that aren't in the movie, and there's a lot of weird things in the movie that aren't in the book.
Yeah,
like the little girls from the movie aren't in the book at all.
Ruined. No, but
sorry.
No, you're good. No,
I
but
didn't want you to be disappointed. You know.
No, I actually was waiting for those. So like,
how far are you? Like, if you were holding up the book and looking at it, would you be like more than halfway through it? Or...
I'm just past the part where he gets stung by the hornets.
Oh, is that before or after he like?
Hold on, don't say anything that could ruin it. No, it's like basically just after everyone left the hotel and like he just fixed the roof of the hotel, and like they're basically just getting kind of in there, and Danny has his first little like freak out moment in the bathroom where he like freezes up and like locks himself in the bathroom.
Okay, so you're still pretty early, huh?
Pretty early, yeah. Like I'm a good 200 pages in.
And there's a lot of great stuff in that book, man. It's one of my faves.
It's really good. I didn't expect it to pull me in like it is.
In my opinion, it's one of Stephen King's best books as far as like his like actual writing goes. You know, a lot of his story ideas I feel like are better, but like he wrote the fuck out of that book.
He did, dude.
It's so well written. Like
it's like everything he says I can relate to in that book. I'm like, holy shit. Or
totally.
like he'll say like
even the weird stuff like the shining and like the senses the kid has and stuff. It's like, man, whoa.
And like
am I psychic? Like
and like what's his name? Is it Halloran? I can't remember.
The caretaker guy?
The black dude?
Yeah.
Like I can literally just see him. I like
yeah, totally.
Oh my god, like I hear him, I see him.
The scene where they're like where he's like walking him through the kitchen and showing him like the freezer and stuff, like I could totally see that whole scene playing out in my mind like just perfectly. I don't know, it's crazy.
And he keeps on like saying stuff to Danny and like
in the Shining.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love it. Dude, it's so good. But anyways, I thought I'd bring that up. Just give a little updates on that.
A lot of that shit you just can't do justice in the movie form, especially like an older version. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely not. No, but the funny thing, I mean, obviously I've seen the movie before I read this book, or I'm reading this book, and literally, like, I just see Jack Nicholson as him. You know, like
oh yeah, totally. Jack Nicholson is like impressioned himself as that character. It's like reading Harry Potter after you've seen the Harry Potter movies. You can't not imagine, Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter. It just
no. And Wendy like is straight up the chick from the movie.
See, what's interesting to me,
she has blonde hair in the book.
It
bothers me.
I didn't imagine Wendy the same at all. I imagined Jack Nicholson as the guy for some reason, but I had a totally different image of the lady in my mind. You know what I mean?
Oh no! Like every time I read a part where it's like her curly blonde hair, I like just completely blank it out. I'm like, no, I'm like that's not what I want to see. That's because like I can like I just see that lady as Wendy and Danny as the kid. Like I see that same kid.
Did you see the trailer for the new Pet Sematary movie they're making?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
looks pretty good.
Looks pretty good. I actually haven't even seen the first Pet Sematary.
That's another book you should read. Have you read the Pet Sematary book?
No, I almost grabbed that one because like before I got on the plane to come back, I went to a bookstore on Pearl Street. I was like, I need a book to read on the plane, and I was looking at all the Stephen King books, and there was Pet Sematary and The Shining. And like one other book, and I was like, I'm getting The Shining.
Pet Sematary is a fantastic book, and not even because of the horror elements of it. It's just like
the way it's written.
Well, not even that. It's just like the internal struggle of the father,
Oh, okay.
And it's like you don't get that from the movie. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's really deep and like.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty excited. Once I finish this, I might check out his. Apparently, he made a sequel to The Shining. He wrote a sequel in the past like year or so.
What's it called?
It is something about something Watcher or something like that. It's like
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah,
it's based on the Stanley Hotel or whatever.
Yeah, hold on. And another thing that made this really cool to start reading was the fact that I was just in Colorado, and so like literally in Boulder, and everything he's talking about, I'm like, oh my god,
it's that much more relatable, especially the parts where like they get snowed in and stuff. It's like, oh man, you could see that happening, like especially with your like road situation you were talking about earlier. How quickly the snow could just turn on you. You know what I mean? Like...
Definitely. Oh, it's called Dr. Sleep. It's the sequel to The Shining and The Haunting of Hill House director Mike Flanagan.
Right. I actually heard about this, but it has nothing to do with The Shining other than the fact that the kid is like a grown-up and it's about him, I believe.
I have no idea.
I think it's like the kid from The Shining as an adult.
Which is pretty
with
dope.
The Shine still, which is kind of interesting. I think, from what I understand, I never read the book, but I was about to at one point, I think. I ended up reading that
Dr. Sleep?
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to read it at one point. It's about the kid, and I think he goes around mentoring people like the black guy from The Shining.
Okay, so similar to like a Professor X.
Kind of, I think. I don't know. Again, that's one of those I'd have to go actually read the book probably before I can talk about it. But I don't think it's like scary though.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's more sci-fi.
It might have some scary stuff in it, but I don't think it's like a horror movie,
sci-fi
book like The Shining.
More like more fiction. It's all fiction. What would that be called? Because it reminds me of X-Men or even like Split or. Oh
man, I guess that would be sci-fi.
Yeah, it'd have to. I guess it'd be science fiction.
That's the best category for it. Yeah.
Though there's no real science to it. But speaking of which, let's jump into the topic of the show. Today's topic of the show is sci-fi tech and video games we want in real life.
Yes.
So imagine just like gadgets, devices, crazy technology that doesn't exist now, but in video games it's completely plausible or it's happened already. But yeah, so this is our picks for those. You want to start us off, Brent?
Yeah, definitely. So, to start it off, first of all, you got to talk about Mass Effect. You know what I mean? Because it's just like the quintessential future game. You know what I mean? I feel like it's got a lot of like realistic themes. You know what I mean? Like if we had the right elements, we could power this ship to go faster, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And
or protect it from the dangers of space.
Yeah, exactly. But one of the main technologies that makes Mass Effect possible as a game, well, I mean, like the story of Mass Effect possible, is the mass relays, which are these big floating things in space, which you find out later are, important to the story, but nobody really knows where they came from at the beginning of the story. But they like shoot you through space. They're basically like faster than light travel, like warp speed from Star Wars. But you can't just go to warp speed, obviously, in real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you fly through a mass relay, you do go to warp speed. It's kind of interesting, and it's like, okay, if we were ever going to do a travel of that kind of nature and like survive to tell about it and not just have our kids get there instead of us, we'd have to devise something like that, some kind of slingshot through space-time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's definitely something that I want. I want to be alive whenever we find extraterrestrial life,
yeah.
That because I know it's going to happen. I mean, it can't not happen with how grand the universe is. And that is what we need. We need that. It's very similar to Cowboy Bebop, when they're like going to each planet, like they go through the little circle and it just like,
oh yeah,
they just kind of like appear next to it.
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like that's something that, because it pops up multiple times in science fiction, it's something that real scientists are thinking about,
Totally.
And it's gotta happen.
I mean, if you think about it, it makes more sense than just making your whole ship do that. It's like have some kind of like warp gate. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's almost like going in a tunnel or like taking a tunnel.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be so cool. Anyways, my number, well, I guess I'm not gonna number them, but one of mine is Pokeballs.
I got Pokeballs on mine too.
So the reason
the tech is real.
The tech is real. The reason why I want a Pokeball, though, is because, like I just said, I just traveled to Colorado. I wanted, if I want to be able to take my dog with me no matter what.
In a Pokeball?
You just throw him in the Pokeball. You don't have to pay for any extra shit to get him on a plane and have him go through all the airport issues and all that bullshit. It's just you put them in your Pokeball, you put them on your waistband, you go to where you're going. The only problem with that is you might accidentally drop your dog somewhere and like lose him.
Oh, that would suck.
Yeah, like it's like, oh shit, I left my dog in the bathroom, and then back in Chicago. It's like that would suck.
What would you do if you just if like Pokeballs were a real thing and you were just sitting in the bathroom and you found a Pokeball laying there? What would you do?
I mean, I would open that shit and
try to find out who the owner is. What if you opened it though and like a fucking Charizard came out and it wasn't like happy to be there and it just blasted fucking.
Wait, so are we talking? We're in Pokemon.
Oh, I guess
world.
We're not in Pokemon.
Yeah, I was like,
well, like still, what if you did it and like a giraffe came out and like broke its neck on the ceiling and like you're like, oh shit, I shouldn't have did that.
Then I'd feel really bad for that giraffe. But I know that I somehow stumbled upon an exotic animal dealer who was illegally dealing giraffes at the airport.
Man,
So,
if Pokeballs were a real thing, transporting animals for like the zoo would be like super
it's
easy.
super easy. You could transport anything.
Totally.
Honestly, I don't know if you would only have to use it for animals. But
I was about to say you could probably use it for people and like catch criminals. Like,
God.
The cop, stop right there! And just like throws a Pokeball. He like turns his hat to the back.
Or like, yeah, but then you'd have like weird serial killers creating like torture chambers in their Pokeballs, and
you'd
like,
just be chilling, and suddenly you get sucked into a Pokeball, and like, and then like you'd come out of the Pokeball, and you'd just be in like this white room with like fucking hacksaws hanging all over the walls and shit.
Oh my God.
That'd be
It's
terrifying.
like, welcome to my balls. It's like, no.
Oh. So, okay, you got to talk about the portal gun from Portal.
Oh, yes. The
obviously, that's like the tech.
The Aperture Science handheld portal device.
Oh, shit. The technical name for it.
Yes, I agree. We do need that in real life. And maybe not even just the gun, but the science around just having portals everywhere. It's very similar to what you were saying about in space with the mass relays, but we could use it in everyday life here on planet Earth. You like have one in your apartment. Everyone has one in their apartment.
And you could set it to like receiving visitors or not receiving visitors. And you'd have to have a friends list. And you'd have to be on people's friends list. But once you're on like a close enough friends list, you could like, I could just warp into your house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I had permission, of course.
Or vice versa. You can only, like, it knows your, like maybe some type of print. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like at this point, who knows what kind of, technology would be around. But say you need to go to Walmart or whatever, everybody can just hit a button, kind of like hitting the Netflix button on your controller, like it just sets it to Walmart in your town,
like
and you walk in
with the frequency of Walmart's like portal.
Yeah. Then you just walk through. And then you walk back out. I think that technology...
That would be so fucking sick, dude.
Oh, yeah, there'd be
that
no
would
roads
reduce
anymore.
Traffic accidents and fucking all kinds of shit, dude. And like, there'd be no need for roads. That'd be wild.
Yeah, they'd be insane. And there'd be no...
I bet crime would skyrocket, though, because the only people that would be like on the street would be like criminals.
Yeah, but there'd be nothing to steal.
Yeah, good point. Holy shit.
Yeah, you could just walk into Walmart without ever being on the in the street or anywhere.
Oh my God, that'd be tight, dude.
And like,
if we ever like inhabit a place like Mars or something, they'll have to do something like that, because you can't just be like going out into Mars. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, unless you want, you have like $1 million spacesuit on. You know?
Or you terraform that shit. Even then, it'd probably kill fucking whatever plants you planted out there. You'd have to like completely...
They'd have to build giant systems, like giant buildings that are all connected by tunnels and stuff like that.
And then how far could you go? Could you portal to Mars from Earth and back and forth? You know what I mean?
That's I see.
Could this replace the whole mass relay thing entirely? You know what I mean?
Yeah. What happens if, like, just like in Portal, you get stuck in like a portal loop on accident? I imagine that would suck. Like, you're just falling through constantly, just like going, forever, eternity falling.
Oh God.
Yeah, and then maybe they're like, "Don't worry, hold on, we're gonna fix the portal." As you're like flying through them, and then they fix the portal, and then you just splat from the momentum, and then
that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yep.
They definitely have to like fix the portal and like throw a trampoline under you all at the same time.
The bugs of technology, man. I guess even it's got to kill someone at least once. Even the Teslas do it.
Totally.
You're just the tester. If you're gonna buy into the portals early, just know you run that risk. Well, I'll wait for a Portal 2.
Agreed.
Anyways, so I got Tranquility Lane in Fallout 3.
Oh yeah, the simulator thing that you go into.
Yes, but it's like virtual reality on the next level. It's like literally
like
the
Sword
Matrix.
Art Online, basically.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I want. I want to go into the game and not remember who I am until I come out of the game. But obviously, you want some kind of safety.
How do you know you're not in the game right now, bro?
No, just like wake up. We're still recording episode 1. I'm like, fuck it, dude, don't do it. We're not doing this. We've already done this. No, I think that would be really cool just because it reminds me a lot of like Black Mirror, like that episode where they're like living in that fantasy world. And they're actually both like old people dying of cancer or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Just ruined that whole episode for anybody who hasn't seen it. But my thing on that is like, I think a lot of people are afraid of like the Matrix idea and stuff. But fuck, I'm like Cypher, man. Just fucking as long as I don't know.
Ignorance is bliss thing.
Yeah, like if I don't know, like why would you wake me up from that shit? I'm gonna die out there anyways, like.
Yeah, for real. Cypher had the right idea, dude. Fucking.
And they made him like the biggest enemy, but he was just like, dude, I just don't want to.
He just wanted to be happy, like.
He's like, I don't want to fucking
guy.
eat like slime forever. And they're like, no, for Zion. He's like stuck in a cult basically. But anyways, yeah. So I think that would be dope.
I think it'd be cool in the game Horizon Zero Dawn. There's like this like fucking gadget you have on your eye. It's like almost like a triangle, and you just stick it on the side of your head, and it like projects shit in front of you, and like
cool.
Only you can see it.
So
right?
like AR technology.
Yeah, AR basically.
But good AR technology.
Yeah, really good. It's like holograms, and only you can see it, and it like shows you shit, and it's basically replaces your whole heads-up display through the game. You know what I mean? And I don't know, it's really cool. It helps her hunt and track stuff, and like it identifies people, and like it can communicate with the other ones. I don't know. I think it'd be really cool to replace all cell phones with that one day, where nobody's holding a cell phone. It's just like if you want to like go on the internet, it just pops up this image that only you can see in front of you, and you like go through the air with it, Because we're all basically walking around looking at our fucking phones all the time anyway. We might as well just integrate it with our world. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree. And I think that will be the future. I think you're right on that one. That's going to be a thing. I want it now, though.
There's a lot of cool technology from that game, too. If you're into, like, sci-fi games with interesting concepts for, like, futuristic technology, Horizon Zero Dawn is a fun one to look into.
I would also like a robot Jurassic Park. You know
I mean, that's basically what it is. Well, they had a good reason to make the robots. Like, it all makes sense when they explain it in the story. Like, the robots were supposed to, like, balance out the ecosystem because they, like, I don't know. I forgot why and how, but
it's good.
Yeah, it was a good reason, but then they, like, mutated and shit.
That's how it always goes. Life, finds a way.
You probably only have a few, huh? I've got a bunch of them.
Yeah, you name some more.
I'm going to run off through a few of them real quick. In Saints Row 3, there's this flying scooter thing that you can get, and it's fucking dope, and I want one in real life. It's basically like, it can switch between like jet mode, so you're just like blasting forward through the air, and it can switch between that and like helicopter mode, so you're like hovering and going up and down and like sideways. So you can like change its flight mode, right?
Okay.
And you can fly around with that thing. And it's like a bike or a scooter, basically, but it's like a jet scooter. I don't know. It's so tight. I want one in real life.
That would be really cool. Like almost like a Vespa jet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine a Vespa that just flies through the air, but you can either go forward really fast or you can just hover around like a helicopter.
Hell yeah, dude. I would love to just have that. It would feel like in Star Wars with like the little scooters.
The land speeders?
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The scooters. The Star Wars scooters. Oh yeah, name some more.
Let's see. Okay, in Watch Dogs, the hacking that he does on his phone, how he can like, I don't know. Watch Dogs is one of those games that not a lot of people were into, but I had a lot of fun with. But in the game, he can like change the traffic lights and with his phone, or he can like hack people's phone and like get their money, or he can like hack into security cameras and like view them via his phone. You know what I mean?
Seems like a technology you shouldn't have, Brent.
No, I know, definitely, but it looks really fucking fun, and I think it'd be cool. And you can like eavesdrop on people's conversations. I don't know.
You could steal from people. You can switch the traffic lights so people wreck and die.
Pretty much.
But I'm sure you could use it for other cool things as well.
Yeah,
like,
all kinds of cool stuff.
Like stealing like games before they come out and they're like streaming them online.
Yeah, there you go.
Wearing like a Guy Fawkes mask. Yeah, I think that would be cool to be like the rebellious like
game streamer,
the anarchist game streamer. No, but yeah, so another one for me would be the grapple beam or the hook shot. So grapple beam from Metroid or hook shot from like Link or
from anything.
007.
Really, like any grappling hook from a video game. Like, there's so many video games with this concept of a grappling hook that just pulls you perfectly up the side of a mountain or a wall or whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
you just shoot it anywhere and you become Spider-Man.
That would be that's so fucking sick, dude.
Oh, dude. Like, I would use that shit all the time. Like, I would just, like, use it to get places, you know?
Same here.
You'd see me swinging through fucking trees just like...
Oh, dude. There'd be no reason for it. I would just be grappling all the time.
Hanging from, like, the side of a building with it and then, like... just like jump like you're gonna fall down and then turn and shoot it and then like pull yourself
grapple up. Yeah,
dude. It'd be like grapple core. Like there'd be a lot of shit going on with grappling hooks if they were real.
Yes,
dude. Like why aren't they? I've always wondered why aren't grappling hooks a thing.
I mean, like the concept for the grappling hook comes from like, you know, back in the day when like the Mongolians would like throw actual hooks on ropes up to like the walls and like
start
climb
climbing
up.
it.
Yeah,
but
it doesn't like pull them up. You know, we need like the robo fucking.
I imagine it would be
hook.
Like heavy as.
I
fuck.
bet you they have one, dude. I bet you there's some kind of CIA shit where they have a fucking grappling hook. I mean, that just seems silly to not have a grappling hook if you're a fucking spy.
Technically, it's a harpoon, though, right?
Yeah, I think
you could just like shoot a harpoon from a boat up onto a building top, and then have it like start drawing it in, and then I guess pull the whole boat up the side of.
I think what like the Secret Service people do, like you said, they shoot the harpoon with the rope, right?
Yeah.
And then they like attach it to like wherever they are, and then they have these like mechanical things that like they attach to the rope, and it pulls them up. I was like, ring.
Yeah, even if you have to crank it, like I'd be cool with that. but the problem is I feel like all of the structural damage you'll cause by just shooting harpoons into fucking walls, like.
Totally.
Like
also, I don't really trust it.
Yeah,
like I don't trust the harpoon as much
wall?
As I trust the hook. You know, like the hook's gonna get in there better. You know,
even the hook though, I don't trust the integrity of the wall that an entire hook shot through. You know,
good
like
point. Yeah,
it's got to be a giant ass fucking hole in that wall now. But anyways, yeah. So what else you got?
Okay, we need the androids from Detroit Become Human.
That's one step too far for me.
Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want them to have feelings and shit like Detroit Become Human. I just want them to be all pacifist and like, you know.
Like, hey, stop doing that. And it's like, could you just shut the fuck up? Sorry.
No, I don't even want it to talk to me like that. I just want it to do things for me. You know what I mean?
That's fucked up, dude.
Why is that fucked up?
Is it
that I want a robot?
That
I want a robot to do things for me?
Is it intelligent?
Not like Detroit Become Human intelligent, but I mean intelligent enough to like listen to and follow commands. You know what I mean?
But it feels nothing.
It feels nothing.
Okay, I'm okay with that. I would like a T-1000, you know, or something.
Yeah, we wouldn't even make it look. See, that's the problem with Detroit Become Human is I feel like in real life they wouldn't make them look that human. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah, I think you're right. They look more like weird, like
they'd have it like iRobot where they leave like a portion of them like robot-y looking still just so like nobody makes them, you know. iRobot had the right idea on that, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it gives them like almost like a car feel.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I just got this new model, you know, this new car model. But I think that would be cool. Yeah, like, I mean, even as a kid, I dreamed about that. There was this one remote control robot when I was a kid.
When I was just a toy.
I just look over and like, I'm a fucking toy. You wake up from like a fever dream. Sorry. Anyways, so whenever I was a kid, I really wanted this robot toy. And like in the commercial, they showed it like carrying like a Coke or something. And I got that shit. Like, you have to like put the Coke on the robot for it to carry it. But I mean, like, it's like at that point, what's the fucking point?
Wait, I think I had a similar to. I used to have this remote control robot, right? And it carried around a tray.
Yes, that's the one I'm talking about.
I think you actually had it. I just played with yours a whole lot. Was that?
I can't remember.
No, we both had one.
Yeah, we both had one.
Because mine shot missiles out of its stomach or some shit, too.
Oh, yeah, dude.
It was tight.
Remember Rumble robots?
Oh, dude.
Not the...
No, I remember Rumble robots. The ones where you put the card in the back and
and they were fucking like Looney Tune looking. Like,
yeah, those
in the
were
face
tight, dude.
That was such a cool idea.
I had the shittiest Rumble robot. My Rumble robot always got whooped by other Rumble robots. Every time I saw another Rumble robot, I was like ready to rumble, and I just got beat up.
Just got roadblocked, dude. That shit fucking was... That's such a good idea. Why is that not a thing now with the technology we have?
Dude, they could make Rumble robots so fucking sick.
Yes, dude. It'd be the future. It'd be like that, what's it called? Big Hero 6? Like whenever he's like fighting the little robots, you know?
I haven't even seen Big Hero 6.
Oh, dude.
I should probably watch it. I've heard it's good.
You're missing out, dude. But anyways, okay, so my last one, and then Brent can run through the rest of his, is Cortana. Specifically an AI either assistant or like a
We're
pet
getting there.
kind of situation.
Yeah.
Cortana's real technically, but Cortana's not real. Like I want, like this little almost human animation that just chills with like crazy good AI, can have a full on conversation with you.
So you want kind of the opposite of My Detroit Become Human robots. You want one that like doesn't actually do anything for you other than like emotionally please you.
I mean, I don't think that was the point of Cortana, but I think she turned into that. But like
Cortana did stuff, I guess, but like basic functions like Siri, you know what I mean? Like
she would like log into like the fucking interstellar like like archives somehow, like any planet they stopped on, like she could just hop up into the archives and tell you exactly what the place was. She's like, the Forerunners are blah blah blah. It's like I want something similar to that, but I guess like, but it's almost got human qualities where it's almost like that movie Her. I mean, isn't it called Her? What's it called?
Yeah, with Joaquin Phoenix, where he falls in love with his phone.
Yeah, except for I don't want to fall in love with my phone. That's fucking weird. But like, I want that same concept where it can be like, hey, what's up? You feeling all right? I noticed your cortisol levels were up. You want to talk about it? Or like, what can I do to help you with that? Like maybe it reads your like your heart rate and your hormone levels and stuff like that. Keep you the happiest you can possibly be. Not obviously not artificially, just being like keeping you healthy and stuff. It's like, hey, your resting heart rate's up, a little bit this week. You should probably set an appointment with the doctor, get that checked out, like things like that. I think that would be really cool. And I think that's the part of Halo that you don't see, but technically is going on,
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't they use it for that?
Yeah. I feel that. I can feel that.
Literally. And so can she. Robot guy in my head. Are we friends? No.
Damn.
Your cortisol levels are rising.
Oh, shit.
Anyways, what you got?
Okay, I got a few more. I'm just going to blast through them real quick. First of all, I think we need the Vibra blades from Knights of the Old Republic.
I thought about that.
I was originally going to say lightsabers, and I was like, you know what? It'd be cooler to have a Vibra blade, just because, it's tough enough to stand up to a lightsaber,
See, there's a lot of weapons that I thought about putting on here, and then I was like, I don't know what I would use them for. What would you use a Vibra blade for?
Well, okay, maybe not a Vibra blade, but the actual like element vibranium would be nice to have, like as society. Like, you could make if the Twin Towers had been made of vibranium.
Well, why?
It would be a different story. You know what I'm saying?
The more you know. Yeah, like I feel like if we would have just known that, like, pre 9/11.
We could have saved a lot of lives.
Thanks, Drew Karpyshyn, for wasting everyone's time. No, but no, that's a good idea. Vibranium is really cool, and I guess like you could use it as like a home defense weapon.
Sure, or just have your door be made out of it. That's home defense enough.
Yeah,
you're not
true.
kicking that shit in. You know what I mean?
But you lose your key and you're fucked. No, see, I think close quarters combat, or self-defense, that'd be a really cool thing to have.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Another one, like human augmentations from like Deus Ex and like Cyberpunk 2077. I think that would be really cool to have in real life. Like to be able to just replace one of my eyeballs with some kind of cyber eye that just like does crazy shit, like X-rays fucking the room and shit.
Would you do that? Would you, like, if you had a perfectly good eyeball, but you knew that everybody was switching over to augmented eyeballs? Would you do it?
Probably not.
No, you would get X-ray vision.
Probably not my eyeball.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I might switch to like augmented legs or some shit. I don't know.
God, you'd let them take your legs?
Shit, I don't know, man. If it was like really tight.
Like, think about this. Okay,
but at this point, I feel like if we could just augment body parts, like I would probably just try to keep my natural. I'd probably do a lot more risky shit. You know what I mean? I would be less worried about like losing body parts and like hurting myself. You know what I mean?
But the pain would still be there.
Sure,
That's
but
fucking
I mean,
terrifying.
Like I don't know. A big part of the fear for me isn't like the pain of it. It's like, oh, I might lose an eye and then I won't have an eye forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like I've lost a body part. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I know that it can just happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Like it really
just happened to be a random body part.
It really can. And people don't think about that. You could lose an eye like lickety split.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I mean? Like
that's knock on wood.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like I like my eyes. And the thing about that is like, but I'm saying, would you, if you knew that it was 10 times better? And they're like, it's a quick process. Basically, you'll be able. Basically, what you were talking about with Horizon Zero Dawn having like the AR stuff happening through the eyeball. Like you'll be able to basically surf the web, play video games, do whatever with your eyes, and that you can just purchase apps and shit for your eyes, and like it's hooked up to the internet and all this stuff. Would you do that?
I would consider it. I would definitely consider it, but there would be a lot of questions I have. Like, do I have to charge my eyeball every night?
No, because it's hooked up to your brain? Your body and stuff, like charges it.
Well, am I getting tracked by the government? You know what I mean?
Of course, you're being tracked now.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Do I have to be connected to the internet? Like, if I get out of range of the internet, does my eye just stop working? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of factors here.
That's true. I imagine at that point, though, that like the world will just have like a giant
Internet
Wi-Fi
everywhere.
router in the core. I think
that's going to happen pretty soon. I think we're going to have city-wide Wi-Fi pretty soon.
They do have that in certain cities.
In certain cities. I think it's going to be everywhere, though, pretty soon. Like,
oh, yeah. Imagine that. Imagine all the Wi-Fi.
Imagine all the Wi-Fi.
They just send it up into the uraniums. No, up into the atmosphere somehow, kind of like FM radio or whatever, and then they just shoot it back down, and just everyone's on the internet.
That would be crazy though, to like replace a body part with some kind of. And then I don't know. And then you'd have to like really be questioning like athletes and stuff. Like you'd have to be shaking them down, making sure they don't have like augmented like arms and stuff.
Yeah, I mean that just jumps into a whole like humans' right issue type situation. I feel like all that stuff would be addressed by that point.
That's all something that will be addressed when that shit happens. I feel like that's going to be a whole nother like. Man, that's crazy to think about.
They're already starting
the problems of the future, the political problems of the future.
Yeah. Like we don't have enough now, but like have you seen the girl with the augmented arm?
Oh fuck yeah, I have. It's tight.
It's
tight.
Based on Deus Ex. The guy who started up that company making those based it off of Deus Ex.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's his goal.
That's so cool. That's like, man, and it does a lot of good for that girl. I've seen videos of her like actually picking stuff up and like drinking like big heavy glasses of water with it. I mean, it's like a real cool functional tool.
Yeah, and it like knows like how hard to squeeze things and stuff based on like sensors and the fingers and whatnot.
Pretty wild if you think about it. Like
it is. It's better than any other like arm I've seen.
Yeah,
like
it's way better than having a fucking hook for a hand or whatever.
And scurvy.
But no, let's see. A couple others. I think it'd be cool to have like the utility watch from the what was the N64 James Bond game that was the blue?
GoldenEye?
No, the other one. No One Lives Forever. Was it No
The
One
World
Lives
Is
Forever?
Not
The World
Enough.
Is Not Enough. I want the fucking wristwatch from The World Is Not
We
Enough.
kind of have those now. We have the Apple
Does it
Watch.
like shoot darts and like
No.
do lasers and stuff?
Imagine how big of a watch you'd have a dart sitting inside of it.
Not that big. Little. It'd be a little dart.
A little dart, but I mean, but the Apple Watch basically, besides hurting people
and lasering through locks, bro.
lasering through locks, you can do most of the same shit. You know, you can like pull up little menus and like run through it. You can jam some music.
You can't laser through locks, bro.
That's true. I think lasers in general is something we need to get more control over.
Yeah.
Like,
laser game is whack as fuck right now. Well, actually, I don't know. There's some pretty controlled lasers, dude. Like the LASIK eye surgery lasers and stuff.
yeah.
That's pretty wild.
I'm talking about for like personal use.
We need like deadly lasers.
Personal lasers.
Personal lasers.
So you can just like cut through boxes and stuff. You know, whenever you get that Amazon package.
I think you can get that shit. I think it's just really expensive.
Really? You can just buy a fucking laser?
I think you can.
No way.
I could be wrong.
Like,
but I think you can buy like a legit laser.
Yeah, and I read this book on like science fiction by Machio or Machu. I forget how to say.
Machu Picchu? No, wait, that's a mountain.
Machio Kaku. You know who I'm talking about? The astrophysicist guy or the physicist. Anyways,
I wish I did. I wish I could sound smart and say that I
totally
know who that is. But
you do know who he is. He's like the Asian guy. He's basically like the Asian version of Neil deGrasse Tyson. Like he's like super famous.
Sounds promising.
He's not like like oh yes, you know like but anyways he basically wrote this book on like science fiction stuff, which I was like, oh cool, it's like an actual physicist talking about science fiction, and it basically just destroyed all my hopes and dreams. And he was like, yeah, you'll never get a lightsaber. He's like, it doesn't work like that. And I'm like, what the fuck is the point of this book even? You know?
Yeah.
So,
why?
It's like
how am I supposed to function with that kind of negativity?
Like I thought it was gonna be like real sci-fi that's happening in physics, and he's just like, that lightsaber. No.
I think the problem with lightsabers isn't that you couldn't get like a beam of light that would be powerful enough. It's that like you couldn't control it enough to make it like round off and come into like a sword point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it wouldn't be in a hilt, and like you'd have to have like something like the size of a couch to like produce that kind of power.
Yeah, well, never say never, you know.
I agree. Never say never. That's why I gave up on science after I read that. I'm a firm believer in whatever I want to believe now.
Two more. We need the Citadel from Mass Effect. Just a big floating hub in the sky where all of humanity and other races just converge and like hang out and, you know.
Like the America of space.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like the International Space Station, but like with actual like people coming and going.
And aliens.
Yeah, and aliens. And we need the Half-Life gravity gun.
I agree. A gravity gun would be great for warehouses.
Construction.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, anything where you'd have to pick up something.
And catching criminals.
Pranking your friends by moving their car across the parking lot.
See, I don't, and that's the thing, is like, I feel like if we had gravitational technology like that, we wouldn't use it, like, the public wouldn't have access to it, but, like, certain positions, like you were saying, like, construction and stuff like that, or, like, if you worked as
it wouldn't be something they just sold on the market.
No, maybe, like, weak, like, kind of like how we sell, like, air guns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It'd be like, oh, you can move a pencil across the table type
pick
shit.
Pick up your cat and float it to you kind of
Oh,
thing.
my God. Pick up your cat and infants. No, but, like... like, yeah, cops would be using it to like stop people from running away, without harming anybody.
That'd be cool.
And then, the good call, or like, the tow trucks. They wouldn't even have to like lift you up. They just
have like a gravity thing on the back that would just like pick your car up and float it behind you. Like,
hell yeah, dude. Anyways, that's it for the topic of the show this week. Hope you guys enjoyed it. That was a fun topic. topic. I
yeah,
like that one.
Good topic there.
We're gonna jump into the People's Champ. We're going deep into who is it?
I'll tell you.
All right.
I'm gonna tell you all about it.
Brent's grabbing the questions while I finish this sentence. We're gonna jump deep into you, whoever you are, and we're gonna
jump deep into you.
We're gonna get your question and we're gonna answer it, and you're gonna like it.
All right, Devin Mayer's the People's Champ.
We are now inside. So what's up, Devin? What's the question?
Devin says, "What is the most peculiar / strange game you've ever played?"
Okay, hold on. You talk about yours.
I think for me, it's probably this game I played called I think it was called Journey, and you're just like walking through the desert and like you're kind of like floating around and sliding through the sand and like. It's weird because like the whole game is just you walking towards this like light and you're like making this journey, you know, and like it's an online game and you like run into other people randomly. Like you'll just like kind of come across other people, but you don't really do anything other than just like kind of run with them and like skip with them through the desert as you like go on your journey. Like you can run together for a little while and then like they'll split off and go. But it's like the weirdest game. There's not much to it. You're just like going, you know? But it's beautiful and like majestic and different and weird all at the same time. It's on PlayStation Now. If you guys have PlayStation Now, it's worth looking into. It's interesting, weird game.
Yeah, I think it won Game of the Year when it came out. Actually,
really interesting.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird that it got Game of the Year, but
because it was like that was like whenever things started to change for like indie games. Like people started to pay attention to indie games a lot more
cool
after
game,
that. That's cool. Mine is this game on the NES called Kid Clown in Nightmare World. I don't know if you remember this game.
I do not remember this at all.
I played a lot of this game back in the day.
Scary? That sounds terrifying.
I'm going to read the little plot to you. Kid Clown and his family are on their way to perform in a circus when they meet the magician Nightmare, a pun on nightmare.
No shit.
He asks Kid Clown to help him open a treasure vault, but Kid Clown, having been warned about the evil magician by his parents, refuses. Not willing to give up so easily, Nightmare kidnaps Kid Clown's family and dares him to follow him into his world if he ever wants to see his family again. And so basically, it's like a platformer, but the game... It's so fucking weird. You play as this kid clown. Like look at those pictures.
That's terrifying. What the fuck?
And I played the shit out of this game. And there's like a song in this game that's just... It's fucking an earworm almost as much as any Pokemon game. Like, it's that catchy. Like, so...
Damn.
But it's a very strange game, so yeah, if you ever get the chance, it's fun too, and it had like pretty good reviews.
Kid Clown, I'm gonna have to check it out.
Kid Clown in a Nightmare.
There you go.
But yeah, so that's it for the People's Champ question. Let's jump on over to listener questions, right? Let's hear what them boys and girls.
Yes, let's see. We got Austin McGowan here. He says, "New Fallout a bigger disappointment than No Man's Sky, or about equal?" Okay. Let me just say,
Mr. Negative Nancy.
Mr. Negative Nancy. No, it's definitely not as big of a disappointment as No Man's Sky.
Oh, so it's equal.
No, not at all. The thing about it is, No Man's Sky promised to deliver a bunch of things that it didn't deliver. Fallout 76 has been very transparent about what it is since the moment they announced it. I mean,
yeah, it's not much of a letdown whenever they already told. They even put out that paper that was like, "Hey guys, bear with us for the first year or so because this shit's gonna suck."
Not to mention they had the beta, they've had gameplay of it out. You know, I mean, everybody knew what they were getting into with Fallout. So I mean, for those people that are like, you know, like disappointed, I mean, like, you knew what to expect, you know what I mean? Like, ever since like E3. But, you know, at the same time, you know, I don't know. I don't feel disappointed. I'm really liking it. So that's my answer to that.
All right. Mr. Positive Patty. All right, what else we got?
Well, we got Chad McClain.
Hey, Chad.
Chad says, Red Dead Redemption 2 or Find My Hat Simulator 2018? ?
I would say it's definitely Find My Hat Simulator 20. Did you say 2017?
2018. Yeah. No, 2018.
I was about to say it. Chad.
Living in the past. No.
No,
yeah, I lose my hat so much. Every time my horse sanctimoniously, all of that shit throws me off. The hat's gone. Every time I get punched in the face, the hat's gone. But the good news is, if you get on your horse, your hat is always stashed on your horse. A little fun trick. Go to the horse, get on the horse, hold left bumper, and go on your D-pad, go over twice, and you'll be in the horse section or whatever. And it's at the bottom right, you can always find your hat. Or the last 3 hats you've worn, actually, so you can cycle through your hats.
Damn. And everyone was complaining about the hats.
A little pro tip there for you.
Okay. What else we got?
We've got Garrus McTavish. He says, what is your personal opinion on Fallout 76? I told you guys earlier in the episode and the currently playing how I feel, but, I really like it. I'm having a lot of fun. Me and my friends, we all play together. We have a lot of fun together. I highly recommend getting it and trying it, seeing what you think, It's got a lot of negativity, but I like it. I have fun.
Sweet. Okay. What else you got? What else?
That's it. That's all.
Sweet.
All the people that care today.
Man, we love you guys. Thank you for caring, and thank you for wondering what Brent has to say about Fallout 76. If I end up playing it, I'll let you know what I think of it.
You need to. You need to be playing it with
Should
me
I be
right
playing
now.
it, dude?
I'll go back and do all the first quests with you and shit. Even it'll be fun.
God, that sounds. I might get it. I might check it out on Black Friday. I'm getting something on Black Friday.
Yeah,
at
you
least
should
a
get
couple
Resident
things.
Evil, honestly. Oh well, I guess we should play that in VR.
Yeah,
we should do that soon.
I'm talking very soon. I'm down pretty soon.
Me too.
So let's jump on over to. Oh wow, that's a call into the show. No, I'm just kidding. No, let's.
We got a caller here. You go.
Brent's gonna wrap it up with This Week in Gaming History. Take us back, Brent.
I'm taking us way back. I've noticed that I go back to the year 2000 a lot.
I went to the year 2000.
No, but that's generally where I start my search, and a lot of times it proves fruitful. So, I apologize for just ending up in 2000 a lot, but here we go. This year, this week, this time, 19th of November, 2000. Can you guess?
What console?
It was on PC, but I believe it eventually made its way to all the consoles. I mean,
came out in 2000.
Yeah.
Was it Guild Wars? No, that didn't come to console.
One of the original stealth games.
Oh. Wow, that's tough. I don't know. What is it?
It just had one come out like a week or two ago.
I don't know.
An installment in the franchise.
Is it Hitman?
Yeah.
I guess that would be. I don't know why I don't consider it stealth.
Oh, it's so stealth, dude.
It is. I feel like the original was stealthy, but you didn't have to be stealthy.
The thing about Hitman is it's a different breed of stealth. It's not like a hide in the shadows kind of stealth. It's like a hiding in plain sight kind of stealth.
Yeah, that's what it is.
A lot of the draw of Hitman is getting into disguises and tricking people and fooling them that way. You know what I mean? I think
it's like what James Bond probably feels like.
Yeah. Like James Bond, the assassin version. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you're right. It's espionage. It's definitely that kind of thing.
Totally.
I don't know why I didn't jump to that first.
But yeah, Hitman, Codename 47, came out on the 19th of November in 2000. It was the first installment in the Hitman series.
Oh yeah, right when they printed that barcode.
Yes, sir. So there you are.
Is that it?
That's this week in gaming history.
All right. Well, remember, guys, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of CreateForSanity.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast directories. Be sure to submit any questions you want read on the show, like Devin Mayer did, to GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group, which is facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast. Check out our video content on YouTube. If you're not already watching it there, please subscribe. Let us know what you think in the comments there. Also, things are getting updated, so keep watching. All you have to do to find us on YouTube, if you haven't, it's Create for Sanity. It's all one word. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle Aljaafreh Jamal, and Brent at Brent Has One. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. I've been updating that almost every day, and there will be something about this episode on there as well. So until next time, listeners, later.
Yeah.